again. It's gone live. Hello. Welcome, everybody. I've tried that about 3 times now, so finally live. It just said starting live video and it wasn't starting, so I don't know what quite was going on with that, but I am here now. Hello. How are we all? I have had a big day crafting today. I've been busy doing some artisan projects, but I can't share those with you just yet. So, thanks Hazel. I had time this morning, I thought I'd straighten it for a change. Hello. Thank you. Yeah, so I thought that I would have time to prepare something. I didn't, and I want to join in. My lovely upline, who is also on here, Kim Fee, on her group page is casing the catalogue. So it's a bit of a challenge, and it's this one here. So I thought for my Facebook Live, I thought I would do that with you. So I've got some stamp sets out. We'll see how it goes. Morning, everyone. So yes, I just cleared the decks, made myself a cup of tea, and I'm now ready for you guys. So let's turn the camera around. I have prepared some frames. That was as far as I got. I did put them through the big shot because I thought, oh, that saves me jumping up and down. So how are we all? And I've got a couple of stamp sets out. So I thought I would try a spring one and a man one. So we'll hopefully have 2 cards this evening. Right, let me turn the camera around. Put you into place. Morning, everyone in Australia. And okay, I've got some ink pads out. And I thought I'd get some stamp sets out of the annual catalogue out. So I have got off my shelf this one, which was the Lift Me Up, and this one, which is the En Route one. And this was in kind of the blueberry bushel and the greys and those kinds of colours. And I haven't used this one in ages. And then I also have pulled out this one because I love this set, but again I haven't used this one in ages, so I thought that'd make a nice spring card. So let me grab some paper. There we go. Has everyone had a day crafting? Has everyone had time over the weekend crafting? What have you been playing with? I need to make some bits and pieces with the Lily set, but I haven't got to that yet. So that will be my next job. So this is the Smoky Slate. I don't think it matters which way around this is. And so I like this set. When the catalogue went, watercolouring sounds fun, Hazel. When the annual catalogue came out, this was one that was top of my list. Just I thought it was really nice for the sentiments that are in it, for scrapbooking and things like that. And I do something awesome every single day. Kim says she's been doing the Case the Catty challenge too today. Your card was awesome, Kim. Loved it. And Lauren says, loving it, chopping it. Getting through old DSP. Yeah, that's sometimes we can be in danger of hoarding our paper, can't we? Rather than using it. But sometimes it's just so pretty. It's why I have some frames in my craft room, actually. I will eventually get around to using those pieces of paper, but for the time being, they're just too pretty, so they're on my wall rather than being used. Do something, and I want the other one, that one. So this is the basic grey. And I've got that one going. So I want the awesome. Oh. That's the other thing that's quite nice with sentiments, is you can kind of look for words either in the same set or different sets and combine them together, and then you can make up other sentiments. They don't just have to be as they come. So I'm going to have You're Awesome. I might do that in the may change my mind on that one. That might end up being yellow with the crushed curry, but we'll see how that goes. And then we have some frames. So Carrie says, love the idea of mixing and matching your sentiments. I think it makes stamp sets go further. I think if you look at stamp sets, sometimes you think, I don't like that sentiment, or I don't like the way that that's worded. And then sometimes you can have the words and sort of piece them together. So it makes them go further. Sometimes you can look and think, it's not for me. And then actually, You're Awesome. Who doesn't want that on a card? So the rectangle stitched framelets come in this pack like this. Oh, Tanya, don't feel silly. It's sometimes it's just, you sort of think, oh, that's as it is, but yeah, we can chop that up. So rectangle framelets, 2 together will make you a frame, like so. So that's been run through the Big Shot, and we'll leave you the middle piece to use as well. And then 2 run through the Big Shot, slightly squint, will give you a different looking frame. So it's difficult to sort of have those squint because they're so close in size. Morning, Donna. And so I've gone down a size and then put it through the Big Shot like so. So you've got it at an angle, and that then gives you a frame that looks like that. So you've got a slightly angular frame, which I thought was quite fun for a boy card or a man card. On there. And then I have cut out, but I've also got the Lift Me Up set. I'm going to stamp a couple of these and just see. If I do that in grey, I think. So those are going in smoky slate, and then I'm going to just grab the daubers for basic grey. So this is the darker grey, and then we can add the shading before we stamp. Going to be, there we go. So we've got the darker at the top coming down to the lighter. There is some framelets for these, but I'm just going to cut this out. I've already used the framelits for the more complicated piece. So I haven't had these out in ages. They were feeling very unloved on my shelf, so I thought I would get them out. I've got one of those. And we've got a smaller balloon. And then I have die cut out the largest framelit. Just have a play around. So I've cut them out in the yellow and the grey. So I thought the yellow would pop, and so I'm gonna have the, how much to have, just the basket bit. So I have the basket bit in grey. Pop that over the top. Ooh. Pop that on there. And then I'll just grab my pokey tool and just get rid of, most of them came out with the die brush, but there's a few strays. And a bit like the shading on the stamp, I'm going to just add some shading. So with the same colour ink pad, let's just add so that just adds a bit of texture. So we've got a bit of extra colour on there. So that's those. I don't know how many of these I'm going to use. We'll just see how it goes. I think I want that on a yellow base, just so that it pops up a little bit. But let's see. Some. So I am loving the grey and yellow combo at the moment. I had a quick flick through my Instagram feed earlier and I was like, well, there is quite a lot of yellow on there. I maybe need to ban myself from using the yellow. Right, what's going to go on there? Let's do that slightly, squint there, so that'll still fit fine. So we can just play around with the layout. I think I want the small, that balloon's maybe a bit big, we'll keep that for another card. That's going to hide that balloon there, isn't it? So I'll just swap them around. Let's see if I can put that over to that side a bit more. I think you've just got to have a play around, haven't you? I'm still going to end up hiding that little balloon. You're awesome. Could go higher. That could go, I think, kind of there, maybe. Let's see. Thanks, Heather. Yeah. Can you hear my cogs whirring? I'm like, I don't know where to place this. I prefer it over that side, I think. You're awesome. I want to burst into like the Lego movie. Everything is awesome. However, I will save your ears. Right, that is going to have to go there. That'll be it, I think. Decision made. And then I need some bling or something. So I'm rifling for, so these came with the, oh look, there's a drop pin. So these were in the en route collection in the annual catalogue. So these are still available in the annual catalogue. So let's put a drop pin on the map. And then we can have, maybe the black's a bit harsh. We'll put some of those other ones. The blossom ones, I've got some coloured. So I coloured these mango melody ones. No, I'm going to hold tight on them a minute. Let's glue this down. And get that in place. So that's going to go on there. We'll pop the frame up on dimensions. And fine. Put another one on there. Don't want it flopping. Oh, Kathleen says that looks good. Thank you. Right. I wasn't quite sure how this was going to go. Card base is slightly... Grab my... Straighten that up a bit. And we will pop that. I think glue dots will be enough to raise that up. So if I pop that one straight onto the card, I can tuck under there. And then on this, if we just put this on with some glue dots, it will give it a little bit of dimension. I've lost my cardboard reel out the middle of these ones. So I'm desperately trying to use them up because they're annoying me. So everything's got glue dots on at the minute. So what can I put glue dots on? Let's put that on there. Kind of put these between the, between the spokes or the material. They're not even spokes, are they? That would be a bike. Right. That is probably enough. Okay. That one's poking out. Get rid of that. Either get rid of it or push it back underneath. There we go. Ta-da! Tony said, I look past these set, no birds or flowers, but I think, yeah, I know. Sometimes you sort of think, oh, I go for, well, I'm an absolute, I love flowers, butterflies, I'm there. They are in my basket, but these ones I really, really like the sentiments. Okay, let's put a dimension on that one. Mail cards can be really tricky. especially younger ones. And I think where Joshua says, I want it specifically to be this. And it's like, oh, it's really tricky. But more generic mail cards I'm good with. I just don't make enough of them. Right, that one. And there. Oh, let's put that over to the side slightly. You're awesome. And then I think that's fine as is. What do we think? Kim says pulling it out of the bag. I know. I was messaging Kim before. I'm like, right, I'm going to case your card. Not sure what we're making. I've got this set and this set. We'll see how it goes. So, do we like? I think I do like that balloons. I've not had that out in ages actually. There we go. I'm not sure if it needs some more bling, but I think that drop pin's enough. I'm going to leave it as is. There we go. Right, I am also going to stay on the yellow and grey theme, and I'm going to get out the daffodils and just put them away. I'll be good. I'll put things away. There we go. I've cleaned that one. I'll tidy up as I go. There we go, that's out the way. And pop that out the way. Right, fresh mat. Let's start again. Oh, I'm going back up now, Joy. Autocorrect. Kathy's asking about. I'll have to go back through those comments. I'm intrigued now. I love an autocorrect mistake. I love guessing. It's a good game. It's funny. Right, okay, let's get this one out. So we've got spring daffodils, and I'm going to do a bit of colouring with the blends, I think, because I like them. And why not? So Memento. I don't know that. Oh, Alexa's going. Oh, Alexa, stop. Alexa thought she could join in the Facebook Live. Right. I will do a couple of these, just in case we want some extra bits for layers. And we can do this with, if I put you in closer, what should we have? We've got Mango, Melody, Daffodil Delight, we've got Granny Apple Green, Pants. Alexa just started piping up. She was like, oh, I keep saying her name. Alexa, stop. The thing in the corner keeps piping up. I don't know that one. My husband does giggle because she doesn't really respond. It doesn't really, like it's a thing. The thing doesn't really respond to me very well. So I get a bit annoyed. Get very grumpy with it. Oh, sorry, Sandra. I'm setting off 37 things in the corner. That's funny. This one. So That is funny. On a Facebook Live, I could get them all selling, like we could do like, blah, 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 tell us a joke. See how many respond. Another day, right. Colouring. I really like this set. I love daffodils, so, and it's a nice one for colouring. Green. I'm going to colour both. This is Granny Apple Green that I'm using. If you didn't have the blender, you could use the blenders and ink or your watercolour pencils, whatever you fancy. It's been a very mild day here today, so I feel like spring isn't quite here, but you know, ever hopeful. That shall do. Let's add some yellow. So I've got the dark mango. I'm only using 4 shades of yellow because I have them available to me, but you know, 1 or 2 would be fine. I'm not even sure that I'm going to use all of them actually. Just put some darker yellow and then light mango melody. These have got kind of, the mango's got a slight orangey tone to it, which I like for the daffodils. I'm going to just get the brush tip out because it fills in more space quicker. Although it doesn't really blend as well. So I will go back over with the thinner tip in a minute. It gets the colour on there, but it doesn't get rid of those harsh lines. So, to kind of work that. And when I have classes, people will say, would you do the light first or the dark first? It doesn't really matter, whatever your preference is. And you can go back in with the dark again and add more shading if you want. Okay. And if you want it even darker, you could then maybe go for like the pumpkin as well. So like that's the light pumpkin pie. So you could add touches of that. Can you see that adds extra shading as well? I haven't used the daffodil delight at all actually, so I'll move them out of the way. Hi Elizabeth. There. So we're going to use that as the main. So now this doesn't have dies, so this is a cutting out. Let me move that up a bit. if you're not a fussy cutting fan, then you could stamp this directly onto like a stitched rectangle framelit or just a cut out piece, a rectangle. You wouldn't need to necessarily cut the whole thing out. But I'm not cutting really close to the image, so it can be fairly quick when you're cutting. Ah, Sarah, I've been seeing all your snaps on Facebook. Looks amazing. Where you been? On your way home. So, did you have a fabulous time? Look amazing. This is the kind of card I would do maybe 6 or 8 of maybe. I wouldn't be doing hundreds and hundreds of these in this style. Although I say this often, I wouldn't be adverse to stamping a page of these out and then cutting them out in front of the TV. Or if you were, I'm away for work, I could take him and spend an evening cutting these out. So I'm wondering, I don't know if Pat's on here yet. So one of my friends and ladies who comes to class is away in Australia, and she was hoping to catch me, and I was like, oh, that'd be Monday morning. So whether the jet lag has caught up with her or not, I don't know. Right, I'm not going to cut the middle bits. I'm not cutting those bits out. That really is just crazy. So I'm going to leave them. So that's that bit. My hair is on there. And I want to cut out. So I'm going to have an extra. Oh, I've done it the wrong way around. Never mind. I'll colour this in a little bit more. I was busy chatting and I didn't realise. Keep those bits for another card. Oh, Sarah, you're so sweet. Even on holiday. There we go. And I'm going to chop that bit. All that work for that bit. Right, I'm going to add some extra yellow or orange onto that because I want that just a bit more shaded. James says it's like Kathy's favourite thing. Yeah, Kathy's favourite thing is fussy cutting. I always like to bust out the fussy cutting. You know, like you always get the groans from certain people. Kathy's is a favourite is fussy cutting, not. Right. Let's get some. I might even pop that up on some. So change my mind. Let's put glue dots on the stem. And dimensional. Pat is here. Morning, Pat. What time is it? I was just talking about you. Where are you and what time is it? to start grilling you. Tell me. Right, frames. I did cut out some frames, just whether we want white or grey. And nearly there. So I thought we could do, I don't have any stripy. Let's see how this goes. I like the grey. Next class, Maggie, when Kathy's back, that'll be the next one. I'll get her to cut out 20 of these. She'll love it. Maybe white, we'll see. Oh, white and grey. As soon as I've gone to the effort of cutting both, we could have both, couldn't we? Double whammy. Right, I don't know if this is going to look decent or not, so bear with me. We're going to do diagonal stripes. Let's see how this goes. So these are not going to be perfect stripes. They're going to look, what's the word? Watercolory, I suppose. Let's see how this goes. Oh. Oh, nearly. What do we think? Do we like that? Yay, nay? Not so sure, don't know. I think just the grey. Donna says lovely. We'll go with it. Thanks, Donna. I'll see now I'm freaking about. I think I'm going for angled frames. Let's go angle. And then we need a sentiment. So we could put on here, what have we got? We have got the I need a scrap of white. This is from the En route set as well. So there's some Happy Easter, You're Inspiring, Happy Birthday in this set. And then this one is the signpost. I don't know, you could have that. I'm going to cut them out. More cutting, more cutting. Yeah. Pretty. Great. That looks quite cool on there. And then we could have happy birthday, maybe. Happy Easter, happy birthday. Happy birthday. That I'll do in the grey as well. And I've got punch for that. So let's do the useful. Oh, Donna says you might have to. Oh, I'd love to see if you do try the frames. I think it's just fun having to play around with the stitch framelets. They have really not left my desk since I got them. I don't know if that's a bit. That is not quite right. So I don't think it needs anything else. Maybe I'll just leave it as your pretty great. And it needs to be like a bolder happy birthday, I think. That happy birthday is pretty, but it doesn't go with the... Ooh! I know what I got. I've got a couple of these left over in my drawer. I cut a few of these out from the Well Said. Is it Well Said? Well Word? Well... The wordy framelets. I cut these out for another project and I had some extras, so I knew they'd come in handy. Look at that. And then we need the happy. Happy, happy, happy. Elizabeth says, well said was right. Yes. I got it right. And for the next 5 Facebook Lives, I will get it wrong. Let's do white. I don't know how long I've taken to make this card. Sorry. Taking ages. Got happy. And white. That's white embossing powder. I'll heat that. Donna says she hasn't used her framelets much. They're amazing. I think yeah, they're just a staple, aren't they? They're like the other stitch framelets, the circles and the squares and that pack. They are a bit of they're a very handy set of framelets. Right. Oh, Deanna says, yeah, definitely rest up. You should rest up if you need to, definitely. Right, let's pop that on there. Right, now to assemble this. I've just laid it all on. It's all gonna fall all over the place. Right, let's manoeuvre that way. Let's put that frame on first. little bits of glue. So Kathleen was saying, how do you not get glue all over the card and make it really sticky? Just not over gluing. And I think little dots of glue can go a very, very long way. I'm going to raise that up slightly. So if I put these on dimensionals, I think it's so nice as well where we've got new product like the framelets to mix and match them with ones that you've already got. Let's have that popping out of there. And there we go. That's probably more than I need, but Lauren says the hand stripe background is really effective. I think sometimes we can be really critical. Like I was, not so sure. But when it all kind of pulls together, actually, I quite like it as well. And it definitely doesn't need to be perfectly straight. Don't need to use a ruler, just straight across. There we go. You're pretty. Let's see if we can get this in the right order. I did that. I cut out, there was some memories and more cards with these en route stuff, and I cut out the words, and I think I put like "you're great pretty" or something. I thought, yeah, I'm really pleased with that card. It's come out really nicely. And then I looked again and thought, oh, I've put the words the wrong way around. The edges of these are handy if you want skinnier bits. And also you get to use them all up, so happy. And then this one, couple of ways with this. You can just do tiny dots of glue, and honestly they are, as long as you've got the end bit, there will be enough to hold it. There will be enough there to hold that onto the card. Can you see that? Or you can smudge a bit of glue on your card and then kind of dab that into it. Or you could use the self-adhesive back sheets when you die cut it out, but I'd already cut these for something else. So. Ta-da! And that will absolutely hold on the card. Every little bit is not glued down, but it isn't going to fall off the card. So we don't need to over glue, otherwise it will be spludging with glue. And then that's going to need some bling. Five. I promise I'll stop throwing things at the card in a minute. Okay, right, that needs to go onto a base, doesn't it? So let's actually mount that up onto a card and we are done. That looks really fresh and ready for spring, doesn't it? Pop that on. Oh, thank you. I should definitely be using my blends for some stripy backgrounds more often. There we go. So that is 2 cards cased from the front of the catalogue, which has loads of ideas. And I've just taken the layout for this card here and then changed it up with different sets. So you've got a man card in the grey and the yellow, and a spring card as well. So thank you everyone for joining me. I will be back with another Facebook Live next weekend, and next weekend I will be able to show you my artisan projects. That I am getting the dates right, aren't I? So Thursday, we're in Monday 18th. Yes, so next weekend I will be able to share with you the artisan projects that I can't share with you today. So I shall share those with you then. And have a great week everyone. I'll see you again soon. Bye.